Tonight on Ctv3 News, tragedy strikes in Belizean skies as a tropic air flight headed to San Pedro is hijacked by a U.S. national. While passengers are injured, the hijacker is shot to death. Investigation unfolds U.S. national Akinyela Sawa Taylor's mysterious entry into Belize following failed border crossing. Security concerns emerge after hijacking at Corozal airstrip, prompting calls for enhanced safety. And amidst all the chaos, Belizeans prepare for the long Easter weekend. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, April 17th, 2025.
Coming soon, Pro FC 16. Get ready for an electrifying night of combat sports as Pro FC takes over the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Corozal on Saturday, May 17th, 2025. Witness 14 adrenaline-fueled fights featuring the fiercest competitors from Belize, Mexico, Canada, and Guatemala, all battling for glory and supremacy in the ring. Pro FC 16. Don't just watch the action, be part of it. Pro FC 16, exclusive on the Express Plus app.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Good evening. With our news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A harrowing episode unfolded in the Belizean skies today as the hijacking of a tropic air flight culminated in tragedy at the Philip Golson International Airport, PGIA. The incident occurred shortly after the Cessna Caravan's departure from the Corozal Municipal Airstrip at around 8 a.m., resulting in the shooting of the hijacker, identified as 49-year-old U.S. national Akinyela Sawa Taylor, as well as injuries to 3 passengers, including the pilot identified as Howell Grange. The distressing ordeal began shortly after takeoff when Taylor, allegedly armed with a knife, seized control of the small passenger plane, which was carrying 13 adults, including 2 Americans and 1 2-year-old child. Eyewitness accounts and preliminary reports indicate that Taylor, in a state of apparent desperation, demanded to be taken out of the country. As the situation unfolded, the aircraft circled Belizean airspace for several hours, at times veering as far as the remote Turnif Atoll. Video footage from inside the aircraft showed the passengers on board, including a passenger with visible wounds. He was reportedly stabbed several times by Sawa Taylor as he tried to subdue him. That passenger was later identified as Francisco Castaneda, Tropic Air's human resource manager, who opened fire on the hijacker with his licensed firearm. Police Commissioner Chester Williams told the media this morning that Taylor, believed to be a U.S. military veteran, hijacked the plane shortly after takeoff to San Pedro. The aircraft, running low on fuel, was closely monitored by authorities who deployed units across the country in case of an emergency landing.
Based on what we were getting is that this hijacker was demanding that he be taken out of the country. And at one point in time, he demanded that they land at an area where they can receive additional fuel. The plane circled the Belize airspace between Belize City, Ladyville, and at one point in time, the radar picked up the plane all the way out in the Turniff Atoll area, flying out there. Our greatest concern was the fuel consumption of the plane. Information that we were getting that the fuel was depleting and the plane was still at a very high altitude, moving. I decided to come to the airport, myself and a team, to go to the control tower so that we could monitor more closely how the plane was maneuvering. At the same time, we also ensured that we deployed a team of police officers in different areas. So we had deployed at the International, the Belize City Municipal, Kikaka, San Pedro, Dangriga, and even the Coastal Road, because I know there's an airstrip at the White Ridge area on the Coastal Road. Again, we did this to ensure that had the plane land at any of these locations, that we would have been able to intercept the hijacker.
Despite an aborted landing attempt at the Philip Golson International Airport, PGIA, the plane eventually touched down safely as it ran out of fuel.
Closer to the time of landing, the plane had come to the PGIA and was about to land. And then we suddenly saw the plane went up back again. The pilot later communicated to us that the hijacker had directed him not to land the plane here. I guess because he knew that once it landed here, there would be police waiting. And so they went again, and again with what we were told, 20 minutes fuel, they went all the way out east of the airport. That will be in the Blackbird area, Kikaka, San Pedro. At one point we thought he was going to land in Key Chapel. And so what we did was that we contacted Astrom helicopter, again because we were now thinking outside the box, knowing that the fuel was depleting. We were hoping that we don't have to move from a search and rescue operation to a search and recovery operation. So the thing with the helicopter was to follow the plane to see where it would land. So if they had decided to crash land the plane in the sea or on one of the islands, we would have been there quickly to respond and provide assistance to those passengers, provided that they would have survived. So we ensured that we planned properly for whatever may eventually happen. And as we were about to board the chopper to go out, we were informed that the plane is back over Ladyville, over the PGIA. And then we spotted the plane from a distance, coming down and landed at the PGIA.
And situation reached its climax when, as the aircraft approached PGIA, an injured Castaneda manages to shoot Taylor in the chest just as the plane was landing.
And so when the plane landed, we immediately made our way to the runway. I must say, as the plane landed, it ran out of fuel. So again, God is good. The passengers were quickly to alight the plane, and they were met by police and the airport employees. We also encountered the hijacker, and I must say that the hijacker was shot to the chest. 3 passengers on board the plane received varying degrees of injuries. They were stabbed with knife. The hijacker had a knife, And what we gathered from one of the passengers who was injured is that as the plane landed, he shot the hijacker. He had a licensed firearm.
Wow.
And so he was the one who shot the hijacker. And he also handed his firearm over to us. Sadly, that passenger is in a critical condition because he was stabbed, I think, in the back, and his lungs seems to have been collapsing. He has been rushed to the medical associates. We are praying for him. He's our hero, I must say, for today. And the hijacker was also taken to the KHMH and was pronounced dead on arrival.
Recovered both the knife and the gun used in the incident. Police Commissioner Chester Williams has confirmed that the 3 persons injured in this morning's hijacking are the pilot, Howell Grange, Tropicair's Human Resource Manager, Jair Castaneda, and one of the passengers, Fitzgerald Brown. The 3 victims are receiving medical care at 2 hospitals in Belize City. We understand Police Minister Kareem Musa visited them earlier today. He was accompanied by Police Commissioner Chester Williams. Pilot Grange, who is hospitalized at Healthcare Partners, underwent a CT scan to ensure that no organs were affected by the stab wounds he received. Castaneda and Fitzgerald Brown are being treated at Belize Medical Associates. While their injuries are serious, there is some relief in their prognosis. They both received several stabs to the head and over the body. So, how did U.S. national Akiniela Sawa Taylor make it into Belize? Investigators revealed that prior to the hijacking, Taylor had attempted to enter Belize through the northern border but was denied entry by immigration officials. Nonetheless, the circumstances surrounding his subsequent entry into the country remain unclear, with authorities still probing how he managed to bypass security measures. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams also noted that there had been a prior incident involving Taylor at the free zone the evening before the hijacking.
From our research so far, it shows that the hijacker came into the country, attempted to enter the country over the weekend through the Belize northern border, and he was refused entry by immigration. So we're still wondering how he eventually came in. But again, we all know the porous nature of the border, so he might have came in illegally. And there was an issue, from what I'm told, at the free zone last night involving the same hijacker. So he seems to be a problematic person. And so that is what we know about him, in addition to the fact that he's a U.S. veteran.
Reports reaching our newsroom is that 49-year-old Akiniela Sawa Taylor entered Belize on April 8 after arriving at the Philip Golson International Airport on an American Airlines flight from Miami, Florida. Following his arrival, he attempted to cross into Mexico but was denied entry, leading him to stay in Belize. According to sources, Taylor was spotted at the airport last week trying to secure a flight back to the United States. It was reported that he caused a disturbance, resulting in security personnel removing him from the airport's departure area. Additionally, Taylor is noted for having authored a book titled Journey Through the Mire, published under the pseudonym Tommy Taylor III, which is available on Amazon. The book details his personal struggles, culminating in a narrative of redemption. Without a doubt, today's unsettling incident has ignited a significant discourse surrounding security protocols at local airstrips in Belize. Unlike PGIA, which is equipped with stringent screening measures, municipal airstrips like Corozal do not require passengers to pass through security scanners before boarding, raising urgent questions about the adequacy of current practices. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams emphasized the necessity for a comprehensive review of the current protocols.
I am sure this is going to be something that is going to be discussed intensely at the next National Security Council meeting. I know we have commenced dialogue in terms of looking at our local flight security. The time has come for us to look at it more in-depthly and see what adjustments can be made. I'm sure that there is going to be input from the airport authority in this respect. So It's a matter more for the National Security Council to determine what is going to be done moving forward where security on these planes are concerned.
How lax is security at the Curacao airstrip?
I cannot say how lax it is. At this time, I cannot. I can't say because I don't think that we have that system yet where we do rigid search. It is only at the PGIA where you have to pass through a scanner to board up a flight. At these airstrips, they don't have that kind of security. So maybe the time has come that we look in that direction to ensure that we have security measures at every airstrip once it is used for commercial purpose.
The Belize Airports Authority, BAA, has also confirmed plans to step up security measures across municipal airstrips throughout the country. In a statement released this afternoon, the BAA acknowledged the recent hijacking of a small aircraft that originated at the Ranchito Municipal Airstrip, commending the rapid and coordinated response of law enforcement and emergency personnel. The statement expressed sincere gratitude to all authorities involved for their prompt action and commitment to public safety. Although investigations into the hijacking, which resulted in the death of the American hijacker and injuries to 3 passengers, are still ongoing, the BAA says it moved quickly to reassure the traveling public that safety and security remain top priority at Belize's municipal aerodromes. According to the BAA, plans to implement enhanced security protocols, including passenger bag checks and the installation of scanning equipment, have been underway since January 2025. The BAA says that these enhancements are not a reactionary measure, but part of a proactive and long-term strategy to elevate safety standards across the country's air travel infrastructure. And while there are claims that Akinyela Sawa Taylor is an American veteran, the U.S. Embassy was unable to verify this information. Luke Martin, a public affairs officer with the U.S. Embassy, confirmed that they had no prior contact with Taylor and could not immediately verify claims of his veteran status.
We don't have any information on it at all. I think the name has been released, of course, but we don't know the situation. We don't know why he wanted to go back to the United States or what was the reason of it. And I mean, for right now, we don't have any more information on that.
So you have confirmed that he was trying to get back to the United States on this plane?
Well, that's some of the reports that we've heard, but we have nothing direct on that there. Yes, that's right.
Have you ground a
U.S. Embassy before this?
Not that I know of. No, I believe not.
Was he in contact
ground
during the hijacking?
No, we had no contact with it. We don't know anything on his background as well.
But he is a U.S. veteran.
We don't know about being a U.S. veteran. That we don't have yet.
Following today's incident, Tropic Air released a statement commending the pilot for his exceptional actions during the crisis, highlighting his extraordinary courage and calm under extreme pressure. In the face of incomprehensible circumstances, our pilot acted with skill and determination, guiding the aircraft to a safe landing, the statement read. His actions were nothing short of heroic. Today we spoke to the media Campo Williams, who also had praises for Howell Grange.
The pilot for that plane, I must say that he did an exceptional job. Even in terms of his communication with the tower as this was unfolding, he remained calm and he was extremely focused in terms of what he was going to do. Had he panicked, it could have a different outcome. So again, the pilot was very instrumental for the outcome that we have, and so we must ensure that we give him the credit that he deserves as well.
Campo Williams also recognized the bravery of Tropicair's human resource manager, Jair Castaneda.
And that was something important, to not have heard shots while the plane was still up in the sky. You never know what could happen. So again, the person who fired the shot, again, was very thoughtful in terms of how he executed that. He did it at the right time. And I just hope and pray he makes it.
While the incident concluded without fatality, Tropic Air confirmed that several passengers sustained injuries and are currently receiving medical attention. Our hearts are with them and we are offering all available support, the airline stated, assuring the public of its commitment to passenger care and welfare. The company emphasized that safety is and remains our top priority, reiterating that their pilots undergo extensive training to respond effectively and efficiently to any crisis situation. Acknowledging the gravity of the ordeal faced by both passengers and crew, Tropic Air concluded the statement by recognizing the bravery, skill, and leadership that ultimately ensured the safe return of the aircraft. The University of Belize is currently embroiled in controversy following the administrative leave of Dr. P. Osaki, a prominent instructor and union representative, amid escalating claims of sexual misconduct. Reports indicate that the accusations against Dr. Saki span more than 10 years, with numerous students having voiced their concerns to the university's Office of Student Affairs. To this point, however, no formal action has been taken regarding the numerous reports. Dr. Saki's position as both a faculty member and the head of the university's union complicates matters further, with critics questioning whether conflicts of interest or institutional protection may have hindered timely accountability. The university has acknowledged that an investigation is currently underway and has placed Dr. Saki on leave while the inquiry is conducted. In response to the unfolding situation, students and alumni are demanding that the university disclose the investigation's findings and implement significant reforms within its systems. These allegations have raised serious doubts about the effectiveness of the university's internal reporting mechanisms and have spurred calls for independent oversight. Although no formal charges have yet been filed, the seriousness of the claims has garnered significant public and media attention. A domestic worker accompanied by her 11-year-old daughter reported a serious crime at the San Pedro police station on Wednesday, April 16, 2025. The minor disclosed that she had been a victim of sexual assault allegedly perpetrated by a 19-year-old maintenance worker from the DFC area of San Pedro town. According to the reports, the incident occurred in September 2024 when the girl was assisting her mother with cleaning duties at Casablanca, a property located at the Mahogany Bay Resort on Seagrape Drive. The child alleged that the individual had sexual intercourse with her against her will during this time. A medical examination conducted on November 28, 2024, confirmed that the minor had been sexually assaulted. As a result, the 19-year-old was formally arrested and charged with the crime of rape of a child. In a second alleged rape incident on Wednesday morning, a woman visited the Bella Vista police substation to report a sexual assault that took place shortly after her return home from work. The alleged incident occurred at approximately 1 a.m. According to the victim's statement, she had just arrived home and was sitting outside eating when she decided to go inside her house to change clothes. As she searched for garments in her bedroom, she became aware of a sudden noise. It was a door opening behind her. Turning around, she was confronted by two tall men dressed entirely in black, their faces concealed by ski masks. Reacting swiftly, the woman grabbed a nearby beer bottle in an attempt to defend herself. However, one of the assailants moved quickly, seizing her wrist and engaging in a struggle for control of the bottle. In the altercation, the bottle fell from her grasp and the situation escalated. The intruder managed to overpower the woman, pushing her onto her bed and forcibly engaging in non-consensual sexual intercourse as the second man riffled through her belongings in the house. Following the attack, the victim made her way to the Bella Vista police substation to report the crime. The matter remains under investigation. Coming up next, Orange Walk police investigate one of their own for allegedly attacking a transport officer during a checkpoint. Stay tuned.
Attention farmers. The New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animals' well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
Name's Tyson, welcome to Tulsa.
Dive into an adventure like never before with Express Plus app. Experience the thrill of power and redemption with Tulsa King.
This situation is not going to be controllable for much longer.
Unlock the secrets of the supernatural with a discovery of witches. Enter the epic saga of Yellowstone.
I'm ready. Who runs this valley?
Tap into your inner warrior with Marvel's Iron Fist.
How many times a night you light that fist up?
All these incredible stories and more are ready for you with the Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
Tonight, police in Orange Walk are investigating one of their colleagues following a tense confrontation between the officer and a traffic officer on Wednesday evening. The incident played out at the entrance of San Pablo as a routine vehicle inspection spiraled into chaos when the transport officer on duty was reportedly physically abused by a police corporal who is attached to the Hatterville police formation. According to information, the corporal's wife was stopped at the checkpoint as the vehicle she was driving had an unauthorized license plate and no valid license. But as the transport officer attempted to remove the illegal plates, the police corporal reportedly intervened and launched a physical attack on the officer, shocking eyewitnesses at the scene. Orange Walk police are quickly called in. The corporal was escorted to the Orange Walk police station but was later released. We understand that the transport officer, who is attached to the National Transport Department in Orange Walk, was issued a medical legal form and has made an official report at the Orange Walk police station earlier today. The matter, we understand, is under investigation and charges are expected to be levied against the officer. Marcelino Bacaba, 46-year-old truck driver from Orange Walk, was reportedly assaulted while walking on Lover's Lane late Tuesday night. The attack took place at approximately 10:30 p.m. when Bacab was approached by two male individuals wearing motorcycle helmets on a dirt bike. According to Bacab, one of the assailants struck him on the left side of his face, while the other delivered a kick to his ribs. The attack left Bacab in pain and resulted in visible injuries. Following the assault, one of the attackers stole Bacab's black mobile phone, valued at approximately $270. Additionally, the assailants made off with Bacab's gray wallet, which contained $130 and personal documents. Bacab's injuries were certified as wounding. The investigation is currently ongoing, and law enforcement officials have indicated that they plan to review surveillance footage in the vicinity of the attack in hopes of identifying the suspects. Belizeans across the country are tonight gearing up to enjoy the annual Easter vacation, and the final preparations are being made for travel to various destinations on land and at sea. To ensure that Belizeans remain safe during the holiday weekend, police officers will be out in full force across the country. Here in Orange Walk Town, the Orange Walk Police Formation has launched its Easter operations, which includes additional patrols within the municipality as well as on our major highways.
During the Easter week, we'll be working hard. We will be ensuring that our roads are safe to travel, that the waterways are policed, and any other event that will take place during this time, police will be present and we will ensure the safety of our visitors and our local people attending all those events.
For residents who will be traveling, Officer Commanding the Orange Walk Police Formation, Superintendent Nasario Zib, shared some tips to follow to ensure your home is safe from thieves.
Normally when we have those long holidays and different occasions that we celebrate, we ask our people to take care of their houses. There are safety tips that we give to avoid burglaries and stealing at their houses. On many occasions, we ask the neighbors to be on lookout, to work along with the neighbors so that if you leave your house, somebody's there having an eye on your house. We ask people to, if they have camera system, to use them, to put them at the front or wherever it could be necessary to avoid any burglaries. And again, secure your house the most you could, leaving your lights on, or if you have people staying at your house. But you need to do your own security so that you ensure safety of your property.
Local establishments who will be open during the holiday weekend, OC Zib has also shared some useful tips to remember.
The business could open, including the liquor establishments, could open during normal working hours. And we ask the proprietors to be self-conscious, that we know that, yes, it is some days are holidays, but people still go out and shop, and then we have people looking for the opportunity to take things from the different establishments. So be self-conscious, and if we continue, you need the security, you could as well ask for the security, and then or pay the security, and then police will be there. But our patrols will be out there in full force. We have our QRT, we have the relief, and we have the extra patrols going out during the Easter holidays.
And to ensure that all Orange Walkenians have a safe and happy Easter, OC Zib is also encouraging all residents to follow the rule of law wherever you are.
We are asking our general populace of our Orange Walk to be safe on the roads, to drive safely, don't drink and drive, don't disobey the traffic rules, have respect to authority. Once you comply, we don't want to have any problems on the road, right? We know what are some of the offenses, infractions that we meet. Ensure that everything is okay, that you drive safe and sober, because your family waits for you, and we want everyone to be safe during these holidays. So on behalf of the Belize Police Department or a drug formation, we're asking people be safe out there, exercise cautions, and do all the best way you could so that we could have a safe Easter.
As the Lenten season comes to an end, hundreds of Belizeans from across the country prepare for the long Easter weekend. While Catholics will attend Mass on Easter weekend, other Belizeans will enjoy the long holiday by spending time with family and friends. But have you ever stopped to think what the true meaning of Easter is? Well, today we caught up with Sister Maria Eligiachi Paul of Las Hijas de la Santísima Luz at the La Inmaculada Church, who gave us a rundown of activities being hosted this weekend, which emphasize the true meaning of Easter, which is the resurrection of Jesus Christ and his victory over sin and death. For Catholics, Easter is the most important religious holiday, and celebrations begin from tonight and lead up to Easter Sunday.
Estamos preparándonos para el Trido Pascual, que viene iniciando a partir de hoy, jueves, que celebramos la Cena del Señor, la institución de la Eucaristía, el sacerdocio de Cristo y el mandamiento del amor. Son 3 acontecimientos que celebramos el día de hoy, que es Jueves Santo. También es una celebración que se está realizando aquí en la sede parroquial, que lo tenemos a las 7 de la noche, y vienen todas las comunidades de zona centro. De igual manera, en la zona norte y zona sur también ya están organizados para realizar la misma actividad. Es muy importante porque si nosotros celebramos este acontecimiento del Jueves Santo, que es el mandamiento del amor, el lavatorio de los pies, como nosotros muchas veces no entendemos tanto el significado, ¿verdad? Pero es importante para nuestro crecimiento en la fe. Y de la siguiente manera, mañana, el viernes, tenemos lo que es el Via Crucis, que inicia a las 9 de la mañana aquí en zona centro, aquí en la sede parroquial. Y también después cada zona tiene distintos horarios para realizarlo. Todos salimos en conjunto, digamos, para celebrar el Via Crucis, que es acompañar a Jesús con la cruz hasta el último. Y en la tarde, a las 3 de la tarde, tenemos lo que es la Pasión de nuestro Señor, que es donde celebramos el oficio, las 7 palabras que le llamamos, que es donde celebramos ya la muerte también de nuestro Señor, que tenemos aquí en la sede a las 3 de la tarde. Y cada zona tiene sus horarios que están manejando. Es muy importante que la iglesia nos unamos todos como católicos para este gran acontecimiento. Celebramos la pasión, la muerte y el sábado la resurrección del Señor, que es lo que celebramos en la Pascua, que en la noche nos congregamos nuevamente para la bendición del fuego nuevo, la resurrección de Cristo, ¿verdad? Donde todos como iglesia nos congregamos hemos celebrado la muerte, la pasión y celebramos ya la resurrección de Cristo. Por eso se llama Triduo Pascual, Triduo, pasión, muerte y resurrección de nuestro Señor.
While many celebrate the birth of Christ on December 25th, they also mourn his death on Good Friday, which is just as important. Sister Maria today also explained what people should remember to do on these days.
Sí, muchísimas personas, ¿verdad?, lo toman como tiempo de vacaciones. Es cuando uno dice, vámonos todos en familia a la playa, a los lugares a descansar, cuando pues en realidad es un momento importante para reunirnos en familia, pero para celebrar estos momentos de nuestra fe. Es algo que lo veo como un poquito más de falta de conocimiento tal vez. Por eso muchos hemos visto, muchos pueden asistir al Via Crucis, pero al finalizar ya no le damos el seguimiento. Como yo les decía, si es un triduo, hay que terminar, hay que celebrar también la resurrección del Señor, pero muchos para el Via Crucis todos responden, pero de ahí, ¿qué pasó? Llevamos a nuestro Señor, lo acompañamos, lo sepultamos, pero no vamos para que Él resucite, que vayamos juntos. Entonces, invito a todos, invito al pueblo, invito a los fieles cristianos, que todos nos unamos para este acontecimiento, porque es importante. No es tiempo de vacaciones, no es tiempo de descanso, es tiempo de estar con nuestro Señor para estos 3 días.
With all that said, Sister Maria is inviting all Orange Roqueños to visit the parish over the weekend to celebrate the Easter weekend.
Agradezco a todos, ¿verdad? Invitamos a todos para que también nos acompañen aquí como parroquia, y en nombre también de nuestro párroco, el padre Marcos Rodríguez, que es el párroco de esta parroquia de la Inmaculada. Y pues invitamos a que estén con nosotros y agradecemos a todos, ¿verdad?, por estos días que estén participando. Gracias.
Residents are also invited to attend the reenactment of the death and resurrection of Jesus tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. at the La Inmaculada Parish. And here is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The
Have a
White
wonderful
Lotus
last day.
on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Coming soon, Pro FC 16. Get ready for an electrifying night of combat sports as Pro FC takes over the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Corozal on Saturday, May 17th, 2025. Witness 14 adrenaline-fueled fights featuring the fiercest competitors from Belize, Mexico, Canada, and Guatemala, all battling for glory and supremacy in the ring. Pro FC 16. Don't just watch the action, be part of it. Pro FC 16, exclusive on the Express Plus app.
The long-awaited Easter holiday is upon us, and with that, it is estimated that thousands of Belizeans will be away from their home for several days. But while families make arrangements to celebrate the Easter weekend, many don't take their pets into consideration when doing so. Now, while it is true that some people arrange to have their pets cared for while they are away, others seek fun and enjoyment while leaving their pets in harsh conditions. Some are even left tied in the sun with no one to feed them over the course of their owner's absence. Others are locked inside, again with no means to access food and fresh water. So before you head out to the beach to unwind, here are some tips you can follow to ensure that your pet has a safe holiday weekend too.
Yes. So it's part of the daily life that we need to make sure that they have water, they have access to food, they are not in any dangerous situations where they can strangle themselves if you have them chained for long periods of time. Um, Another thing would be securing your fence. Those should be things that we do daily, but take extra consideration when we are leaving for a couple of days or even extended time. No, they are a part of our family. And even if you don't see them that way and you see them as your property, as a lot of people do, and that's an issue throughout the country, they're your responsibility at the end of the day, whether they're horses, cats, dogs, sheeps, anything, they get thirsty just like us. They need some water and they need access to food. So if you are not able to secure that, then please find some assistance, ask a neighbor, ask a cousin to drop by. And leave some food, check on them, make sure that they're doing okay, make sure they've not escaped, and leave the premises because that's when we have a lot of posts. And you have to be cognizant that at the Humane Society, we might not be readily available because we are also on Easter vacation. So you might send us a picture and we might not be able to repost it until hours later, and to be scrambling around trying to find a dog at those times, it's inconvenient. So make sure that your fence is secured. Make sure that you tell your neighbors, if you have a close relationship with them, hey, keep an eye out, I will be here. Hit me up if anything happens, send me a message. Just have close communication and access to making sure that your animals are safe, have access to basic necessities, food and water, and shade. Because a lot of animals are being left out in the sun. And the heat, we all enjoy the heat. And yes, the wind is there, but the wind is also hot, and we don't want any kind of issues. And then if the dog goes into a heat stroke, are you going to take them to the vet? Are you going to be paying those bills? Let's just avoid all of that drama and take care of our pets properly.
And if you plan to take your pet with you on holiday, there are also some successful tips you should remember.
Some dogs do get nervous, or some cats do get nervous. Make sure you're taking their essentials. Do whatever food they like, whatever water they like. If they feel comfortable in a particular cage or a particular kennel, take that as well.
Another important thing to remember, according to Marissa Reyes of the Orange Walk Humane Society, is the Easter heat and what that means for your pet as well.
Ask if you have stray dogs in your area, leave a bucket of water out for them. It's so important. We had a bucket out, and dogs, cats, birds, all kinds of animals come and drink from it, and it makes such a difference. They have to be fighting for survival, and your little bucket of water or bowl of water goes a long way with them.
Before closing off the newscast for tonight, we share a very special Easter message from Orange Walk Mayor Ladrick Shepherd, who reminds all residents about the true meaning of Easter and the importance of spending time with loved ones.
Our warmest thoughts to you and your loved ones on this Easter holiday. May the miracle of this Easter bring you and your family renewed hope, faith, joy, peace, health, and God's endless blessings. Through the course of this holiday break, let's be mindful and take the greatest care as we celebrate at home. Or if you're hopping on to a ride, remember to drive safely as we celebrate with those we love. May the Spirit of the Lord fill your homes this Easter and always. Have a blessed and wonderful Easter.
And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, April 22nd, here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, have a safe and blessed Easter weekend. Thank you for watching and listening. Good night.